Okay, hi. Hi everyone, my Flat Earth family. I am going into Ambler First Fridays for the very first time. So excited to be down here and hitting a new area. And this is going to be awesome, I can tell. Let me see if I have everything here I need. I got to put my banners together on this and get them on here. And this is at my co-op, actually. And so, you know how this works, right? You put these together. And then I stick them on my cart. That way I can walk them around. So, and it's not a windy night, it's very nice out. Oops, getting hung up, that's not good. Okay, now back up in here. Try to keep a low profile. There was somebody in there I want to go show this to. We shall see. Okay, now where's my... won't go there. Too little. Too little. got a minute? Are you real busy? I want to show you something. Just outside the door, right here. This is what I do.
Okay.
I teach this.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm hitting the street out here because I have the First Fridays.
Right.
Yeah, so I teach science, but I take it on the road.
Okay.
And I go out and I teach about curvature and all the reasons why we live on a flat plane. It's not a spinning ball.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So here, I'll give you this, and you can look it up when you go home.
I most definitely will. Kudos to you. I knew it was something about you. I knew it.
Yeah, I knew.
There you go. Found out what it is.
That's it. I knew I had to tell you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Coming in here? Or you...
No, I'm going out in the street.
All right. Wish you success with that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. All right. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Earth is flat, people. Wake up. Anybody want to look this up at home? I got a brochure. You can look it up. Anybody want to look this up? There's 10 things on here that'll make you just think.
Thank
It's
you.
good conversation.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how.
It's good conversation, and you can look it up. I teach about this is the flat Earth map. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. And look, all these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica. They don't want you to know it goes around the outside edge.
So it's past Antarctica.
I don't know what's past Antarctica. Never been there. Antarctic Treaty prevents any free exploration. The other side's different. You might want to take a picture of that too. But see, reflection on a flat surface, you get a line. And that's what you see. That's in reality, isn't it? That's reality. That's a flat surface. And this goes on for miles. You have to study perspective. That tells you why you think the sun goes down when it really doesn't. And there's atmospheric interaction there.
It doesn't actually go down.
Sun does not go down, it goes away.
The Earth revolves.
No, this is a totally different model. See, I'm 63, and for 61 years, I believed this. I believed this for 61 years. And 2 years ago, I found out there was another model, and this makes more sense. And I think the government's lying to us on purpose. So take a look at it on the website. You'll see everything you see on the banners and more.
Okay.
Have a good day. Okay, ooh, I'm sorry. I'm making you bounce, aren't I? Well, that's just too darn bad. How do you think I feel? You interested in looking at this? Okay, they look. Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Look it up. They do have speakers. Excuse me. Thank you.
Go for it.
Okay. Suddenly, you know, I was really tired because I did a lot of gardening today. And I thought, oh man, it would just be so nice to sit at home and not do anything and look at my calendar. It says First Fridays, Ambler. I'm there. Ho! I've wanted to come here First Fridays for a long time. And you know what? You automatically get a boost of energy. So, you want to feel energized? Love your fellow man. And they have good music on. I teach science. Yes, and there's 10 things on here that'll be good conversation. You like to talk to each other?
No, we're big on science. This is great. It's fun. Thank you.
Fun?
What's the
It's First Fridays.
First Fridays?
Yeah, so you walk around.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I teach science and
Science is important too, not just fun.
well, did you know the Earth is a flat plane, not a spinning ball? You wait till you read that. It'll curl your hair, I'm telling you. 2 years ago, I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, no kidding. Flat plane. Coming through. Earth, yeah, well, it's the truth. Just coming through. Earth is a flat plane. I got the scientific evidence. You want something to talk about? Good, this good dinner conversation. Good dinner conversation, anybody?
I do all the talking.
There's 10 things. 10 things. The Earth is not a spinning ball. Look at it. Yeah, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, you look at the science. You got to look at the science. And there's 10 things. Look at those 10 things. And talk about it. And look it up. Look up things. And go on the website. You can send me a note. The other side's different. Did you get a picture of the other side?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Anybody need dinner conversation? There's 10 things on here that you can talk about.
Oh, we're with you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. 10 things that you can talk about. Good dinner conversation. Little science, never hurt anybody. There you go.
Like, make that decision.
Come on, 10 things.
We need a sign made, actually.
I'm sorry?
Oh, you need a sign made next week. There's for what?
Earth is not a spinning ball. There's 10 things you can look at and discuss. You want to do some research? You want to look that up? 10 things on there. 10 things. Talk about it. Earth is not a spinning ball. I teach science. I can talk to anybody about this.
You teach science?
Yes, I do.
I'm an amateur astronomer.
Really?
Yes.
Well, how can you tell the Earth is flat by the stars and the moon and the sun? You can't. You have to go by water and curvature. And there is no curvature.
There's no what?
No curvature to the Earth.
There isn't?
Nope.
Is it flat?
There's 10 things in there. You look that up.
All right. Hello.
Yep. You ever hear this before? There's 10 things you can look up. 10 things. That the Earth is not a spinning ball. And I teach it. You have any question at all, I can answer your question. 10 things that prove the Earth is flat. 10 things. Come on. Come on, challenge your brain. Come on, it won't hurt much.
I'll take some.
There you go.
All right.
10 things that show the Earth is a flat plane, not a spinning ball. 10 things.
I'm sorry.
What? What? Were you a teacher and you're offended or what?
I'm not even commenting.
No, because this is the science behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Okay,
You know,
keep believing.
can you tell me anything you know about your spinning ball that you think you live on? Anything.
Honestly,
Anything.
Go up in a spaceship and tell me how it feels.
It's all, space is fake. It's all fake.
Of course it is.
Walt Disney was on the first board of NASA.
Of course he was.
Yes, he was. You look that up. We can't land on the moon. 10 things. You can look it up yourself. 10 things. Just look at them. Thank you. Sorry. Ten things that prove that we live on a flat plane, not a spinning ball. 10 things. You want to look them up? Want to look at it? Very good conversation. The Earth is a flat plane. It's not a spinning ball. 10 things. You can look up yourself. 10 things. It's not a spinning ball. It's not a spinning ball. It's not a spinning ball. We do not live on a spinning ball. 10 things. Did you ever curious about science?
Wonderful.
You curious about it?
I've done what you do. I know how hard it is to get people to listen.
That's okay.
Yeah, this is great.
The people who are meant to hear it will hear it.
This is great.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Okay, good job. There you go. Like us on Facebook. I'll go down, I'll come up, I'll go down to the How you doing, guys? There's 10 things in this little brochure that show you that the Earth is not a spinning ball.
So Earth's flat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Just real
Well,
quick.
would you look this up?
Right, so if the Earth is flat, right, how do you get, like, the different, like, setting of the sun? Does it,
Okay.
so the Earth's flat and it just kind of just, bloop?
No. What happens is, it's perspective. Okay, you have to study this. It took me 2 weeks getting this through my head. Because 61 years, I thought I lived on a spinning ball. 2 years ago, somebody said, oh, they never landed on the moon. I'm there. What? You're crazy. I studied that. You can't land on the moon.
How so?
It's not a rock. It's a filament more so than anything else.
Okay.
So here, you have to study perspective,
Okay.
and you have to watch this on this website here. We have 200 proofs on that video. Look, this is the United Nations. They use the flat Earth map. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge. That's how it goes. But look, they leave off Antarctica. They don't want you to know that. See, it goes around the outside edge. This is really, we live in like a terrarium kind of a situation where there's free-flowing electricity. We actually live inside a torus field, and there is a
Can you show me
crystalline
what
dome.
a torus field is real quick?
Yeah.
So I can get a
Do you
grasp
know
on it.
anything about electromagnet?
I know a thing about 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
I think you're bullshitting me, right?
I might be.
Okay.
Maybe.
So this is what a torus field looks like,
Okay.
and it just goes around like a spiral continuously. Okay?
Yep, roger.
The Earth is in here like this,
Okay.
and it's a flat plane.
So it's like a plate.
Here's the aurora borealis right up in here. The electricity excites the elements, and that causes them to glow.
Okay.
Okay, that's the aurora borealis.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay, then it comes around here, and we don't have gravity pulling us down, because that would mean to the center of a ball. We have diamagnetism pushing us down. See, and I can disprove gravity in a matter of how many seconds you need. Gravity pulls to the center of a ball, right? Okay, so there should be no natural flat places on Earth, if that's true. So what do we got out west? Something called the Bonneville Salt Flats. You know what that was?
No.
It was a lake, a salt lake, and it dried up. So if the surface was curved, the bottom would be curved. But they call it the salt flats because it's flat. There's no curvature. Over 100 miles, there should be 660 feet or something.
I gotta see those numbers. Where are those numbers at?
Okay, here's the curvature formula based on a 24,901 equator.
Okay. Yep.
I don't want to get in everybody's way. So yeah, so if you,
Sponsored by Kyrie.
am I what? Kyrie sponsored?
Kyrie, yeah.
No, I do this is all volunteer.
Okay.
Because I love humanity,
Yeah.
and I think if you tell them a lie, you hate them. But if you
I
love
agree.
them, you tell them the truth.
Uh-huh.
So some people will hear me, some people won't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But yeah, there's the formula. So you go over 100 miles, so it's 100 times 100 times 8 divided by 12.
Yeah.
And that gives you your curvature. So you figure those things out. I don't have time. If I'm going to reach everybody, I got to keep moving.
I feel you.
But I hope you look into it.
Spread the word.
I will. I've been doing this year and a half now.
Nice.
All right.
What was your changing point? After 61 years, what made you think that the Earth was flat?
I studied this.
Oh,
I studied it. I found out that you can't land on the moon,
okay.
and then NASA is just a propaganda machine. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's all like Hollywood. It's all computer generated images.
Yeah.
There's
Ronald
no
Reagan.
there's no pictures. Yeah, there's no pictures from space. No, none. No pictures from space. There is no space. There's a dome. And you know how we know there's a dome? It's called lightning sprites.
But a dome is curved, right?
Yes, the dome is curved because how else would it hold back the waters above the dome? And many ancient literature will tell you that there's water above. So that's what we go on. We don't know. I've never been there. But yeah. Have a good one.
Spread the good word.
So, I think he was starting to mock me a little bit, but that's okay. You want one? Oh, no, thank you, dear. There's 10 things on there you can look up.
Okay.
Have a good day. So I am getting a little bit of mockery, but yeah, yeah. You know how it is. There you go. Interested in science at all? Yeah, I'm going across here.
Sign coming through. Big sign coming
That's
through.
all right.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Enjoy your evening?
I am. It's a beautiful night. I got 10 things on here that says we live on a flat plane, not a spinning ball.
No problem. I'll take your word for it.
Well, why don't you
Oh,
just,
my
why don't you
head.
look them up?
I can't. I got too much stuff on my mind. Look at this. I got a to-do list. It's killer. What is date today?
Yeah, but this
What
is-
is date today? Look at
this
this.
is telling you-
To-do. See notes below.
We're
Put-
paying money. We're paying taxes to teach our kids lies in the schools. That's what this does. There's 10 things on here you can look up yourself.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Go ahead, you can have that. You can have it.
They're all
You're welcome.
on here?
Yes,
Okay.
you can look up the website.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody want to look this up? You can take a picture. Oh, water down his shirt. Oh, is he your big brother? They're supposed to do that, honey. Good conversation, 10 things you can look up. Why we live on a flat surface.
No thanks. You guys
Good
thanks.
conversation.
We're having a good conversation.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
10 things you can look up.
No, I'm just
I'm
very
a science
fascinated.
teacher.
Nice.
I'm a science teacher. So,
But it's a small group of people that believe the Earth is still flat, right? Very small.
well, that's because nobody's looking into it. They want to keep their cushy jobs.
Yeah, but
You
wait,
know?
what about all the pictures from satellites looking
No,
down
that's all
here?
computer generated. Yeah, see, this is all the positive information that you need to know to study. Like, look, that's reality. That's a flat surface, that
Wait, but what I
reflection.
just learned in Earth science like 2 semesters ago
Was what?
is that the whole round Earth and the planets and all of that, like
Yeah, well, they're lying to you. That's what I'm saying is they're lying to you. Now, you have to decide what's true. That's your
global
job.
warming,
see?
like
But why?
everyone's
Okay,
lying
so let's
about
say that the
global
Earth is flat, but I want it to be flat. I do. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I like it flat. I don't like to go up and down hills. I want it flat.
No, it's bigger than that. See, 73% of the world is ocean.
Okay.
Water's always flat on the top.
Okay. I'm okay with that. So.
No matter what you do to it, water's always flat on the top.
Okay.
Okay?
So you're saying if
So-
it's a ball, how would it stay flat?
Yeah, they say it's because of gravity, right?
That's what they say.
That's
yeah.
okay. So if it's gravity, you got enough room good. So if it were gravity, there would be no natural flat places on Earth because gravity says it's pulling to the center of a ball.
Okay.
Okay?
But the
So-
mountains won't be flat. Is that what you're saying? Or
Well,
the,
that
Wait a
mountains
minute.
are from the Earth.
Does he always interrupt like this?
I do. I have ADD.
Yeah, but no, but
I have
he-
attention deficit disorder.
he
So
always
does
wants
my
to
dad.
know
My
more.
son does too.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
that's all right. So the Bonneville Salt Flats, that used to be a salt lake,
where
and
they
it
race
dried up.
motorcycles.
That's right. It dried up. So if the surface of that lake was curved, so would the bottom be after it dried up. But it's not. It's flat.
Yeah, but erosion.
No. Don't try and
Right.
make this fit because it doesn't.
I'll look
It's
into
called
that more,
salt
the
flats.
Yeah, that's interesting.
See, and there's Lake Baikal in Siberia, 400 miles. The Suez Canal, 100 miles of flat.
Oh, I want to go to Egypt.
All these things, and we just ignore this. Solar de Uyuni in Bolivia, 100 by 80 miles. They get an inch of rain, there's an inch of water over the whole thing.
Okay.
You got to just kind of look into it. You can't just believe what they tell you. Don't.
But for the common
if you want to
person-
graduate that course, don't challenge your teacher.
No, trust
Don't.
me. I
Don't
told him
challenge
global warming was a hoax and that he wasn't happy with me.
Yeah, global warming. It's all they do weather engineering now. Did you know that?
And
They come right out and say it
No,
that they
and
do this.
fix the numbers so,
Yes,
so
they
they
do.
get more money.
Yeah,
Yep,
they do.
They sure do.
Yeah.
No,
Or
and
make
And
us
they're
afraid.
controlling
my
us.
sociology teacher
Right.
didn't like me either.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that your
all a
little
hoax.
pamphlet?
You may have it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But
And I'm
what's
on
the-
that website. You can send me a
Right.
question if you need to. But
But for the
it took
common
me 2
person-
weeks studying this perspective to understand how it really fits with the sun. The sun does not, it's
Is the
small
sun
and
flat?
close. The sun is small and close. I would say, my guess, my personal thing I like to say is it's 10 miles away.
Wow.
That's what, and it's not a ball of spinning gases
Well,
either.
then what happened to all the research and that it's billions of miles away?
It's all bullshit.
Big Bang bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Wow.
All of it.
Okay, hold on. One last question before we go. If the Earth is flat and the sun is very close, then where's God?
Well, when you figure out that this is a flat plane.
Because I think God created the heavens and the earth and the round balls and all that. So
Now, where does it say in Scripture round balls?
I have no idea.
It doesn't.
No, they're the Big Bang.
I'm just
If
curious.
you realize,
Because if you don't believe, because you're
Okay.
a non-believer of what we all believe, what we all theorize.
I'm trying to figure if I have the right card on me.
But
I'll give you one.
Religion or God.
No. Damn. Let me give you this card. Ah, no. Shit, come on. Damn, I can't find my card.
Oh, that's all right. It was just an interesting thought or theory.
No, I want to show you that though. It's a. Damn it! How come I don't have these cards? I am unprepared. Here they are! Woohoo! Okay. It's a flat surface and then it's got a dome over it and it looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay, now, you think that could be something? Take this. You think it could be something that was a result of a Big Bang?
No.
That would have to be created. Now, by who or what or ancient civilization, I don't know. You figure that part out. I don't teach that.
Now, do you think there's civilization or any kind of life form on Mars?
No.
You might not even believe in Mars.
I don't think there's anything outside this dome.
Correct. That it's
You know
all
what?
an image.
I kind of believe that, but with all this stuff that I just saw on the
Like
news
Truman
last week,
story.
and they were talking about the UFOs and all.
It's all bullshit. There are other life forms within the dome, living on this planet. Some say it's called like Middle Earth or something, just like that Asgard thing. But I don't know all about that. I'm just saying it's more likely that than anything outer, because you can't go through the dome. They tried in Antarctica. They tried exploding.
Wait, there's a dome.
They tried.
So you will
Yeah.
talk about because I find it
They
very
tried exploding Operation Fishbowl. They sent up bombs up there and tried to explode the dome. There it is. You can have that. They tried to explode it. Can you imagine the idiots trying to explode the dome?
Why would they want to do that?
Put a hole in it.
Because
so
they're
we'll all die.
Then we'll all
egomaniacs. They're maniacal egomaniacs that are running our country and the
So
world.
everything I learned in earth science was a hoax, huh? All
Could
that
be.
atmosphere bullshit and the hurricanes.
Yes, it is
Sorry
actually.
we wasted your time, Jim.
Oh, I
Once
got
you
the
study,
credit.
hey, when you start looking into the weather patterns and all that, you'll see this makes a whole lot more sense.
Don't
None
let
of
AOC
this,
see
none of these dippy things, this El Nino crappy. No, that goes right around. It just goes right around. Wait till you look into it, really. This is just so much common sense.
I'm telling you, I never heard of this until I just saw this. Ever.
Well, thank you.
Thank
for
you. You
spending
made
some
my
time.
day. All right. Ten things you can talk about. Good dinner conversation. That guy's interested. 10 things you can look at. There you go. 10 things you can look up that show that we live on a flat plane and not a spinning ball. Okay, it's not wider than me, so I should be able to fit through. Hey, you got that. Earth is flat. 10 things. You want to look it up? Ten things you can look up yourself. 10 reasons why the Earth is a flat plane. Look it up.
That's okay. Thank you.
Earth is a flat plane. 10 things here you can look up yourself.
Oh, I'm good.
It's all right. 10 things you can look up yourself. Interested? 10 things you can look up yourself. 10 things you can look up yourself. Interested? Earth is a flat plane. Earth is a flat plane. Earth is a flat plane. It's not a spinning ball. Earth is a flat plane. It's not a spinning ball. 10 things you want to look up yourself. Good dinner conversation. 10 things you want to look it up. 10 things you can look at. 10 things. 10 things you can talk about.
Yeah, no, we're good. Thanks, though.
We're good.
10 things you can look up yourself. Oh, you got one. You're right. What do you think? Look, United Nations uses a flat Earth map. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes all the way around. Captain? Yeah, I'm a scientist.
I respect that.
So what happens when you have a light refraction on a flat surface? You get the line. That's reality. If it was curved, you'd only get a little spot. And you can do all those experiments at home yourself. There's 10 things on here.
This is fun, thank you.
Wait, is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
It's true. It's the truth. It's the truth.
See, there's two models. Now you guys have to figure out which is true. You have to study it. Huh?
We rely on science, and that's the way we get.
Yeah, this is science. See, now you have a closed mind.
I'm actually.
No, a true scientist would never close off evidence.
I'm like, yeah, thank you for my pamphlet.
Okay, wait, can I
See?
see evidence?
You're not a true scientist because you are dismissing evidence.
Wait. Do you think?
No, you didn't.
Wait. Do you think there's an ice wall around it? I heard that's up there.
Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge.
And then, what?
Antarctica.
Do you think the government is like covering it up as like a secret?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How does someone reach the edge?
I don't
get it.
No, because Antarctica goes around the outside edge.
How did Christopher
We're not allowed to go. We're not allowed to go there.
I have a question. How did Christopher Columbus go from like one side of the earth to the other?
Okay, so Christopher Columbus, he went like this, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is go like this.
Oh,
Because
so the earth is flat this way.
see, when you have a compass, it points to the North Pole, right? Okay, so all you're doing is going around in a circle like this. That's what it does. It's always pointing north, right? So if this always points north, it's just going around like that.
Okay,
Same thing with the ball. Exactly the same idea.
So if you just went straight, you would find out. Like send like a drone straight. How does
one question at a time. Say it again. Wait, her turn.
If you just send a drone straight, you would find out.
Yeah, right.
You want a tip for the
But we are not allowed to do that. We are not allowed to do that. Do you have a big 747 jet you can just get in and do that?
No.
No, but we aren't allowed to do that. The government has control of all of that stuff. See, we aren't allowed to go to Antarctica by ourselves. You get escorted around.
Wait, can I have one?
No. What, did your dad take one? Is that your dad that was here?
No.
Yes, you may.
What?
There's 10 things on there.
I'm going to take a picture. You don't have to. You don't want to give a picture. Ask about
Is she with you? I'll give you one. Oh, he has one?
We're all good. I got everybody covered. The earth is round. It's fine.
Yeah, it's round, like a circle.
No.
Yeah, like a circle.
Like a sphere.
Well, this is a sphere. So if I'm in Australia, which is right here, and here's the North Pole, and all compasses point to the North Pole, tell me how that works. Does it go right through the Earth? Or does it go around?
It's just the direction.
It's pointing at the North Pole. Okay, so how does it go there? You can call it whatever you want. But as long as they study it and decide for themselves what's true, that's what I want them to do.
How do you go to the South Pole?
You can't go by yourself. The Antarctic Treaty prevents free exploration of the Antarctic.
So I fly to China. I just want to go through this with you. How do you? If I fly from New York to China, how do you think they actually have me fly? Because I know.
Okay.
Do you know?
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's really, on a flat Earth map, it's like a straight line.
But it's not. So I know.
But when you're on a
I
ball,
literally go over the North Pole, through Russia, and down
you
to
don't
China.
go exactly over the North Pole.
Well, I go over.
They don't
Arctic.
allow that close to go.
Go over the Arctic. They do. It goes over and through.
Maybe to the circle, but not a lot
So if it
closer.
was flat, that would not work.
Yeah, it would. Sure it would.
You get to the edge.
Where is that? Shit. See? That's the flat Earth map, and it would be pretty much in a straight line. Here we are, right here, and here's China. So it's like this.
Explain the picture from
It's
outer
a
space.
straight line.
Explain the globe picture from outer space.
Wait, what happens?
There is no pictures from outer space. They're all computer-generated images.
From every
All of
country.
them,
It's a good-
except
it's a
the very
worldwide
first
conspiracy.
one. No, it's the governments of the
working
world.
together.
The governments of the
I got to
world.
get your picture in front of the
The
sun.
governments of the world
No, right here,
are
Nick.
together.
If I take a boat,
I like this.
and I leave from the United States, and I take a boat, and I decide that I want to sail out this way, what happens when I get to the edge of the circle there?
Well, they
Like if
shoot.
I just keep going straight,
Do you really want to know? No, no, it's not.
if I
They
just keep
shoot.
going straight,
You can't get past the 60th parallel because that's part of the Antarctic Treaty. And they shoot first and ask questions later. They don't allow people down there.
So what does it
so
look
I
like
can
from
physically,
space?
hold on, just so I understand this.
There is no
When I
outer
head this
space
way-
as you know it.
Wait, when I head this way in a boat,
Wait, is the moon
in
flat
water,
too?
That's
I
going
make it-
south.
Okay, so if I head south all the way, there's going to be I'm going to reach a point where I'm going to be shot.
60th parallel. That's what the Antarctic Treaty says.
What is the 60th parallel?
The latitude.
So when I reach the 60th parallel, I'll be shot down.
Yeah.
So it's not that I
You're not
can't
allowed
get
to go
past
there. I'd love to see you try it.
But what's on the other side of that?
On the other side of Antarctica?
No, there's people shooting, but what's on the
We
other
don't
side
know
of the people
because you're
shooting?
not allowed to get
You're
there.
not allowed to go to
I know.
Antarctica
That's-
by
that's
yourself.
convenient. for your theory.
Do you know what is? What's
Did
the
you look
theory?
at the Antarctic Treaty?
It's
Did you look at the Antarctic
very
Treaty?
convenient.
Did
You
you
should-
look
you
at
should
the
work for the
Antarctic
government.
Treaty?
I do.
But what's the theory on what's on the other side? What's the flat Earth theory about? What's over here?
Well, some people say that there's more flatness, more plain out there. Because Admiral Byrd said in Longines, when he was interviewed after his exploration, that there's more land. But I think that the dome is there, and there's an edge where the dome is. We know there's a dome by looking up lightning sprites. Did you ever research lightning sprites? They come off of the dome. They go up and... So if you look into that, you'll see it. If
What's
you,
on the other side of the dome?
ancient writings say it's water.
What about gravity?
Did you see those commercials where this big ball went up and crashed through and there was water? Yeah, they're mocking in the whole thing. They're mocking it.
What's on the other edge of the flat edge?
I just asked.
Oh, I missed that.
I'll
Of
explain
the
it.
flat edge?
There's more. There's either more
You can't land on the moon, it's not a rock.
dome.
It's more like a filament. It's not, you can't land on it.
Is the moon man-made dome?
I don't know that. I just know you can't land on it. When you look at the moon in the daytime, the back is blue. Well, that should be shadowed, but it's blue.
Are the other planets flat?
All we can see in a telescope is 2 dimensions. They're all circles. We don't know if they have 3 dimensions. We don't know that. I don't know what they have at the
What
back.
mass is the sun? Flat, spherical, hexagonal?
Somebody told me that the sun, if you could really look at it, you would see that it was like a cube. I don't know. I can't look at the sun, but I think it's round as far as I can see. I don't study that. I study the surface of the earth. This is Chicago, and this is 60 miles of Lake Michigan. It should be hidden under the curve by 2,400 feet, according to the curvature formula, based on a 24,901 equator.
So the pictures that the media puts out of looking down on the Earth is all fabricated?
Computer generated. Yeah, they admit that. They're composites. They admit that.
What about the moon?
The moon, You can't land on it. That's all I really know about the moon. It looks like a circle. Don't know if it's a sphere. You can't tell.
Filmed in Hollywood?
More than like, what was? The moon?
Moon landing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Or it could have been like Arizona. We have some pictures that correspond now with that. It's very possible. But I just know the surface of the Earth is flat. Water's always flat, and it's 73% of the Earth's surface is water. All the oceans touch each other. How can they make a sphere? They can't. All right. Yes. Wait, her next.
Do you think it's ironic that Neil Armstrong, so if you do Neil A backwards, it spells alien? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Neil
That's
A.
weird.
Do you think that's ironic?
That's ironic.
Okay.
How's that?
I don't know. It's because maybe like they made up the story, so they're like, okay, well,
Maybe.
aliens can go
That's
on
maybe her question now.
Okay, if this is true, where do the unicorns live?
On your face.
I am a unicorn.
There you go.
Where the skies?
So what about the stars and like the universe?
We think that everything is within the dome, and the stars are actually points of light. Did you ever see a video called Star in a Jar? When you use sound waves and point them at a jar of fluid, it's